Huh?
I'm sorry.
Catero.
Thank you.
Anyway. Don't worry.
No, I mean...
I see.
Eh?
Yeah. Well...
I see.
That sucks. Actually... Ugh.
Taiga.
Catero. After having an argument with Kieran, my ego got the best of me, and I decided not to team up with him. But as soon as the sports fest started, we were up against Kieran's team. Someone showed up covered in bruises, claiming that I threatened him not to participate so that our team would win by default. That person even said that I've been bullying him, and warned him not to tell on anyone since the beginning of camp, which wasn't true at all. Everyone there that day was shocked, and I didn't understand why someone would accuse me of something like that. Kieran's teammates furiously approached me and demanded that I explain, and even though I tried to tell them that it wasn't me, it just made them angrier. No one was willing to hear me out, and things got even more heated the more I defended myself. Suddenly, someone hit me, and I found myself ganged up. I had to fight back, and that only made things worse. The Scoutmasters tried their best to control the situation, but nobody was willing to listen, so they did what they could to stop the violence. They had to cancel the entire event and take care of those who got injured. After that, the staff's reputation took a big hit for failing to stop the bullying in time to prevent the mess. But things didn't stop there. The camp went into turmoil as the event started spreading in the news, deeming the place unsafe and a bad influence on the Scouts. Even the Scoutmasters had a falling out. Some of them wanted to avoid being involved in the scandal, while the rest tried to focus on damage. Pretty much everyone involved, including me, was never punished for it. They were so busy trying to handle the public that they didn't have time for the real cause of the problem. Meanwhile, Kieran and I had been in a gray area, until the guy who claimed to have been beaten up by me decided to leave camp. But not without telling me the truth. After seeing how everything had turned out, he couldn't take the guilt of lying anymore, and told me that Kieran was the one who set me up. I couldn't believe what I heard, so I went straight to Kieran and confronted him about it. Kieran was so afraid of how bad everything had gone that he didn't deny it. He never expected that it would end so violently. I was furious at that point, and in total disbelief that he would try to ruin me like that. That's when things started to get heated. Instead of trying to settle things, we just kept on pointing at each other, refusing to acknowledge our mistakes. Kieran kept trying to argue that he wouldn't have done any of it if I hadn't neglected him and taken our relationship for granted. Knowing that it was what drove him to betray me, I couldn't contain myself and shoved him out of anger. Kieran was so enraged that he fought back, and we both ended up hurting each other. That's where the scar on my face came from. Kieran was horrified at what he'd done. He backed away as soon as he saw my face bleeding. He immediately tried to apologize, but I couldn't forgive him then. So I broke up. That was the last time I saw Kieran. The next day, he left without saying a word.
Taiga, I didn't know. That's terrible.
Everything completely fell apart for me soon after that. As the situation at the camp got worse, I was involved in more fights with people who never knew the truth.
But if everyone at camp, even the Scoutmasters, never even mentioned Kieran, does that mean that you...
Yeah, I had to keep it a secret. I wanted to take responsibility for what happened with me and Kieran. Knowing how it feels to have everyone against me, I couldn't bear to put him in the same situation. And I planned to keep it that way.
I see. Now I understand why you didn't want to let anyone know. I'm really sorry I made you relive that memory.
It's okay, Gatorel. I can't just keep running away from my past. I have to accept that it happened, and at the same time, not let it define me. If anything, all of my mistakes have helped to shape me into who I am today. And now that I'm with you, there's much more in the future to look forward to.
Taiga...
I think this is the start of a new chapter in my life. And I want you to be in it with me, Gatorel.
Of course, Taiga. I'll be with you through it all.